Oops. It's an hour later. than I would normally do it, but I did it. Normally I wouldn't even go live, but I already missed Monday due to sleep, and I'm not gonna miss another day. Again, everything suck when I must go to the unconscious realm. I hate it. I don't give a fuck about it. Yamu, your move. But unfortunately I have to. And then I have the audacity, like you're hearing this, I have the audacity to yawn afterwards. Like, what is the deal? What am I supposed to do? I said it a while ago, but I might just become addicted to caffeine on purpose. I don't care. I'll do whatever I want. And whatever I want includes going live immediately right now. And fixing up a couple things. Live from New York. Where is my tablet? I didn't open up the one thing that it wants. It requires me to open this little pen thing up. What about now? And that automatically made it work. I don't know why. Alright, I need to close everything. Stupid Clip Studio. Everything's awful. I'm already late. I got stuff to do. Let's hurry this along, shall we? I think this can be adjusted, this hairline here. And apparently, whoops, oh god. This part here also. Usually people pay to get the opposite of that done, but I'm here to provide unique services to my characters. We give them hairline retractions. It's just the kind of guy I am. I can do whatever they need. Facial realignment? I can do that. For example, here we go. I need to make sure these eyes are here. Now that I've had some time away from them, they look a little weird, so we're gonna fix them. Could be adjusted for the angle that we're at. Already feel better about that. I mean, we could draw these guys swords, which might not be a bad idea, but that's really all I have to say about it. What is the deal? No more yawn. Even I'm gonna stifle them. I'm gonna mute them. No one will ever know that they happened. All right, let's do a new page. I think I'm doing more line art just because it's simply what I have, and also if I get more line art done, I will feel like I have more of a chance of getting this goal of mine accomplished, even though it becomes more increasingly unlikely. The more I think about it, the more I see it, that I get this done by end of year. I don't know, man. Might have been a foolish goal. I said it when I made it, but it might be too true. I'll still try, but There's only so many sleepy time breaks that I can take, on purpose or otherwise, before I start realizing that it might be a little out of the cards for me to accomplish a goal that I set out to make. Under the assumption that that would not keep happening all the time. We'll save this as... that. Oh, what am I doing? I only need some of this, not all of it. Why? Control C and then Control V. Why do you not paste? Alright, what are you doing now? It's because it's not on the right thing, is it? There we go. Layers. If it were up to me, I'd just be using one. But that's a little too MS Paint for comics these days. You can't use one layer. And then we're going to do this little thing here. Wow, look at this. The first panel break that I'm going to have to somehow communicate. I mean, communicating it'll be easy, but I mean in the sketch layer. I guess I could just put it over everything. Because that's kind of how it's got to be. A little something like that. So I can draw those swords. We'll see where we get this stream. I have a few things I want to do. Hoist naturally. So we'll start with these. Now this actually shouldn't take too long. Considering, well, this panel specifically, I mean. Usually when I draw these shots from behind here, It means I don't have to draw eyeballs, I don't have to draw a general face shape. Hello, I'm general face shape, attention. So yeah, I don't gotta do any of that. I can just draw hair, which in my unfortunate circumstance still takes a while because of the way I've chosen to do it. We've been over this. Whoa, what has happened? What has transpired to cause this? What is it about this that I don't like? Maybe it's just this pronunciation of this hair thing of it. I usually do make her bangs stick out in profile for some reason. I don't know why. I don't even think it really makes sense. Like if you were to do a character rotation, but it looks fine, and nobody really notices. I feel like it's plausible that it could be there, so I keep it anyway. It's a fantasy world. Everything gets a little fantastical in here, even the hairlines. Harry Potter got fantastical with its hairlines. I mean, Harry Potter got a huge, like, a death spell put on him as a child, or like some attempt at some kind of thing like that. Got a scar right on his forehead, goes right up to his hairline. In my opinion, Harry Potter should have some kind of, like, scar that went into his hairline. Like some kind of orc from Lord of the Rings or some Uruk type stuff where the scar just goes right in there and it, like, disrupts his hairline. I think that would have made more sense than the little cosmetic Spencer's Gifts lightning bolt tattoo that you can buy and apply in about 2 minutes. A little bit of cold water. No, he doesn't need. I think his scar should have looked gnarly in the movies. I know it's like for kids, the first couple of movies, but like, whatever. I don't care. I will say something about the Harry Potter movies, though. Those kids ones are the only ones I can watch. once we get to around Half-Blood Prince, I've never had this happen with a franchise since or before. But when I get to a certain part of the Harry Potter movies, I literally cannot focus on them, and I don't know why. Like, I just cannot internalize details from them. Half-Blood Prince, Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2, I don't know what happens, and I've seen them multiple times is the thing. It's like the most I've seen a thing and not been able to recall a single detail about them. I have seen the Deathly Hallows movies and Half-Blood Prince like maybe 7 times each, and I just have no clue what I know the general outline. Spoilers: Voldemort dies. We got there. All right, we all know. If you haven't seen the movies, you read the books, and if you haven't read the books, then it's a freaking hero's journey. Shut up. That's a storytelling thing. The bad guy lose. Basically, that's how Harry Potter go. But like the finer details, I don't know. I think Nagini, the snake, is in there. Why do I remember the snake's name, but not the actual details of the movie? That I don't know. That is selective recall at its worst. I don't know why that happened. The snake's name is Nagini. I think I just remembered that because it's funny. Voldemort's this killer, ender of the world, genocidal maniac. His name's Nagini. For no reason. That's funny. I just like the name. But anything else I can't remember. Other than like the broadest of broad plot points in those films. I know when Voldemort says Avada Kedavra, he says it really weird. I know Voldemort wears a suit at one point. It's like the same energy as when Jigsaw wears like a tracksuit. Not a tracksuit, he wears like a hoodie. And he's out on the town in one of the movies. It's like, I just shouldn't be seeing this. Except when Voldemort wears a suit, it's like they made the Slender Man movie early? I had no idea. It's crazy. Wasn't there an actual Slender Man movie? Or did that get canceled because of, events? Slender Man. There was? And it was bad? I couldn't have hardly guessed. Who would have ever known? Full of all these actors and actresses I've never heard of in my life? That's crazy. I feel like I've seen this Joey King person here, but I don't recognize anybody else. 8% on Rotten Tomatoes, by the way. I remember the trailer for this movie, but I don't even remember what actually happened. Slender Man might be thin, but he's positively robust compared to the flimsy assortment of scares generated by the would-be chiller that bears his name. You guys are so funny. You went to school for that. And that's the best you could do. A Slender Man is skinny joke for your scathing review. You guys are, you know what? Money well spent, honestly. I'm glad people get paid to write reviews like that. And I'm over here stocking shelves at a grocery store. No, it's fine. I'm not even a little jealous that that's all it takes these days. Anyway, I'm just looking at reviews right now. Everyone says it sucks, basically. Enough looking at Slender Man movie. Whoops. We all know the game's where it's at anyway. Not the remake, the original. The one with no animations whatsoever. And he just kind of scoots along the scenery, and there he is. Did you die? He doesn't even have an animation for that. There's just a static thing, a static texture playing behind him. And then game over. By all accounts, it's actually awful. It's a terrible game. I don't know how it got so popular, other than PewDiePie. That's about it. I think that's the reason. Maybe a little bit of Mark Iplier as well. Can draw this guy here now. need to define what he looks like in this panel more. And I'm thinking of stuff I could do for bonus streams, but I don't know if I ever want to actually commit to them because I like using the bonus streams that I get as sort of like a catch-up thing if I require them, which I usually do because, let's be honest, this comic is going very slow. The creation of it. Through no one's fault. Nope, not even mine. It is Father Time who is to blame, and Father Sleep as well. Who is Father Sleep, though? Mr. Sandman, that's his freaking problem. And his name as well. Bring me a dream. Keep your dreams to yourself, you old fart. Get away from me, dude. I don't want none of your dreams. I'm trying to stay awake here. Talking about horror movies. Horror, by the way. I realize that word is hard to say without sounding like you're talking about a different kind of movie. Ones that I have never watched, ever, by the way. Or that would be impure. And if you don't believe me, freaking frick off, dude. I ain't no liar. Or am I? If that were a lie, then it would be impossible to tell. But it wasn't, so we're good. You guys know that grizzly bears, and I suppose any bear, but I've seen it more recently, unfortunately, on the internet. The bears of all sorts, they are prone to getting tapeworms on account of the raw fish they eat, like a lot of, just all the time. I think it was a Critical video that brought this attention to light, or this to my attention and to light. I don't know why I combined so many idioms in one there. It brought to my buck that stopped here in the bush with two birds that when this happens, the tapeworms in bears can get pretty big. And I mean like huge. To the point where when they are being evacuated, so to speak, they'd like trail out from the bear. And this is, if you think it's gross to describe it, just imagine me watching the video. Like, it's just, they just trail out for like feet, maybe like tens of feet behind the bear, and it's horrifying. I can't imagine having that going on. Thank God we have medical science for humans, where we don't gotta deal with that. And also thank God we don't just eat raw salmon. Because I'm assuming that's the cause for that happening. Now, I have heard, though it is harder to get, like, confirmation on this kind of thing, but I do recall hearing that tapeworms within whales can get absolutely huge, like terrifying. We're talking like anaconda size. Now I'm gonna confirm. I'm gonna fact check myself on that one. Biggest tapeworm ever found. I believe it was in a whale. No, it wasn't. Interesting. The longest tapeworm ever removed. Oh, this is from a human. Well, if you'd say it from a human, then yeah, it was 82 feet long. Ooh. The man had complained of abdominal pain for several months. How do you not? 82? Absolutely not. Do whales have tapeworms? Alright, the largest tapeworm in the world was found in a whale, measured over 30 meters long. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't want to even think. That's just like that's a huge thing. It should not be that long and big. That is not a worm no more. That is a new that is a Cthulhu spawn inside the whale. One of Cthulhu's tentacles itself has manifested itself into reality and entered a whale, and that's what that is. I imagine if you find a tapeworm that grows to that size in a whale, it starts to become like a whole thing of you can just... It's probably easier to study at that point, right? Like what if... I imagine like a usually microscopic... and I don't think tapeworms are microscopic, but like for example, if a usually microscopic organism were to be found in a whale, it might have just dang well grown into the size where you could see it. So like a tapeworm in a whale, it's just like, that's a new thing at that point. At some point, something's got to become so uncharacteristically big as a result of being, I don't know, like in a whale, that you got to call it something else. Like for example, if a crocodile were to grow like 30 feet, I don't think I would call that a crocodile anymore. That's a dang dinosaur. I don't know which one specifically, but we have to call it something new. It's a new species to me, even if it's the same exact genetic composition as the other ones that we have on planet Earth. It's just too big. We have to call it something else. And call it Godzilla for all I care. You just need to call it a new thing that just basically, you know, it bears witness to its size. And I think they do that for the species that actually was, like, prehistoric for crocodiles, so, you know, maybe a bad example. Those ones that did get freaking ginormous. Prehistoric gigantism, or whatever the phenomena is, I forget. I know we have a thing these days, which I'm sure we could use to recreate that over the course of a few hundred years, but I don't think we should. Like, there's that island gigantism type phenomenon where things just get bigger on islands. If they're aminals specifically, that could be fun. We could recreate some super crocs. Saltwater crocodile, put them out in the ocean. Near an island. Have them thrive. And just destroy the local ecosystem, I guess, is my working experiment, but that's later. We figure that out later. For now, I just want to see a big crocodile. But like a really big one. And if I gotta destroy the local flora and fauna of the Galapagos to do that, then I'll freaking do it. We've already had our fun with the Galapagos. We've all seen the turtles. We know it's all very impressive. They can live a long time and they get very big, alright? So, now it's time for the turtles to share some of the spotlight. We're gonna put crocodiles on the island. What the hell? What even else was going on that island? You got the freaking finches that Darwin was trying to scope out, figure out which beaks were specialized for whatever. We already know the results of that. Birds got beaks. They got different purposes depending on what food is around them. We already know all this. So now we've got our use out of the finches and the turtles and the tortoises. I mean. It's time for big crocodile. What if they're the secret to the dying coral reef problem? I don't know how they would be, but maybe they could fix it. We haven't even tried. Alright, that's all I'm saying. Also, crocodiles, I don't know if this needs to be said, but I feel like it bears special repeating. I've been saying bears a lot today. Probably thinking about bears and tapeworms. And Brother Bear the movie, which I have brought up more times than I should recently, honestly. For a movie that is good for about 10 minutes collectively. But crocodiles are terrifying, man. I've seen those videos of those people. They're like out on the edge of a coastline, or just really in front of any body of water. And then they look down. They said, "Hey, we were just about to go swimming." And then we looked down and we saw this, and it's just like a barely perceptible lump. That if you look closely, it's just like a 10-foot long death lizard right underneath them, blending perfectly almost into the scenery. And it's like if they decided to just jump into that water right there, they might have just got eaten up. Thrown into a death roll or anything, any number of horrible things that those creatures can do to a person. It could have just leapt right, just swam right up at him, and that's, I think, horrifying. Some Lake Placid stuff could have went down there for sure. Now, which Lake Placid movie? I don't know. There's too many of them. I thought there was like 2. I think there's at least like 4 or 5, and those are just the ones I know about. It could have gotten worse. What is going on with the beard today? Not mine, but this one. I don't really have a beard. I think it's generous to call what I have a beard. I got facial hair, but that's about all I'm willing to go in terms of description. I wish, and I've said it before, I wish I could get the full Gandalf going, but I simply cannot. I don't think many people can. It's just not how genes work. Not all of us, in fact, very few of us are imbued with a very luxurious beard, the kind that the wizards of old would usually conjure, probably. That's how they did it. I bet it was all magically enhanced Cosmetics. I think that's how they did it. That's why Merlin has a very good beard. Because he's a freaking con artist and an illusionary man. And he won't share his secrets. You think anyone's ever done that with Keeps, that like hair keeping business that I think is a sham anyway? Pretty sure you can't regrow hair, but they claim to be able to. Pretty sure. But I've had my eye on that company. It's like BetterHelp. No, they still never fixed their like therapy fraud issue. Like therapists don't even have to be licensed to work for BetterHelp. So that's a thing they never fully fixed. I'm thinking Keeps is just kind of operates under the same pretense where we all know they don't work, but people still, you know, get sponsored by them anyway. This beard is whack. Why? Looks a little better. He usually looks better when you put the mustache on him. It's like if your dad had a mustache for a long time, if he ever shaved it, you would know, and it would be wrong. The flow, with the flow at this point. There's a couple beats I want to hit, and I don't necessarily know how many pages it'll take to execute each one. I don't know why, but I've been getting this increasingly strong feeling that when I actually do start releasing this comic, I will just start slowly fading away into the ether. Just one day at a time, I will become a little bit more transparent, a little more ethereal. Now this is an irrational fear, but it is one that I have. I don't know why. I just feel like it's taking that much out of me, that when I start releasing it, I won't be able to sustain myself any longer. Is this neck too thin again? It might be a little too thin. I do have that issue. In real life as well. I'm a very thin person. A little too thin, according to my doctor. But I can't do nothing about it. BMI's a little low. Is it? Is it, doctor? Is it a little low? Wow. That's been like the same thing you've said for the past however many years I've been seeing you. That's crazy. Going to my doctor feels like I'm going to like a Dark Souls forum, but specifically for weight gain, where they're just like, get good casual, except that, you know, instead of that, it's eat more. Have you tried eating more calories? Yes, I have. You want to know what happens? It doesn't work. There's only so much that my stomach can hold. I'm not Matt Stoney. I can't just eat 40 hot dogs in a month. That's actually a pretty reasonable time to eat 40 hot dogs. What I mean to say is 40 hot dogs in a minute. And by reasonable, I should say it's still insane to eat 40 hot dogs in a month. You shouldn't do that from a dietary perspective. I think my doctor and your doctor, any doctor worth their salt, would tell you not to do that, specifically because of the salt intake, probably. That would be one reason to not eat 40 hot dogs in a month. This chair is getting louder by the day. I'm just waiting for the joint to give out and for me to just fall flat on my ass on the ground. Then I'll need a new chair and a new desk. Oh, God. It'll be Garrow and Swan's greatest dream come true for this stream, to know that I bought furniture. And Proof will be devastated because we have the Sword Desk Bros. I don't know if anybody knows that. Kind of have the same desk. We've been there since day one at this IKEA desk. I actually don't know where it came from. It just showed up at my door one day and I've been using it. That's not true. I have to make that clear because someone will believe it. And then we flip. No, we don't do that. We flip the canvas back, you moron. So that we can work on the next panel. Nah, I think I want to draw these a little differently.
No, this hand is not working out in that way. Alright, we've drawn the weird French fries. Let's try to align them. Some semblance of normalcy. Like, it's getting... this chair, I need to find a way to sit in this. Where I can just keep it perfectly stationary. Swear to God. I am noticing it way too much now. Did something happen? Is it the weather changing that's making this chair infuriating? It's like when it's summertime and I can't open my doors easily. The wood simply just expands, which is, first of all, get your mind away from the gutter. You have no idea what's in there. Secondly, it's real. This really happens, alright? In the winter, I can open my bedroom door, no problem. In the summer, it's like, oh, great. Now it's like cemented to the wall. I'm gonna get stuck in here one of these days. And I have. Not proud to admit it. There are days in the summer where I have had to take, certain precautionary measures. And sometimes I neglected to take them, and I would get stuck in this room for, like, several minutes trying to open the door. It gets bad. I don't know what kind of wood this door is made out of, but it's very susceptible to change in size as a result of temperature fluctuation. Basically, if climate change ever happens in a localized environment, I'll know. Because I will be stuck in my room. Or my door will just kind of fling itself open with minimal effort. As if occupied by a poltergeist spirit. Checking back at the door to see if it moved. Nope, no poltergeist today. Thank God. I don't know if I could handle a poltergeist right now. Like yesterday, maybe. But today, no. I was missing stream by an hour. I woke up and said, oh, well, I still gotta do it. I can't miss it again. So if a poltergeist were to, then it would like disrupt the whole stream. I guess it would be interesting content, but you guys couldn't even see the effects of it happening. So it's like, what's even the point of getting a spirit haunting your domicile if you're not going to be able to make content out of it? If I can't even make a cell phone shaky cam video out of it, is it even worth doing it? Nah, I gotta fix that lineup. I opened Pinterest for the first time in months, and now it thinks I want to be there. I did it on accident, Pinterest. It was a YouTube ad, alright? You don't need to remind me that you exist. I got off of you for a reason. I know I have no use for you right now. I'm not doing daily warm-up stuff. I should, but I don't. Don't have the time. As so often is the way of things. At least I have time to do this comic, though. That I was worried about. When I got my full-time job schedule, I was worried about figuring out a way to force myself to stream so that I could do this, hold myself accountable. Luckily, that seems to have settled itself. Mostly, there are the days, though, when I'm just too exhausted to even bother. Too gay to function, as they say, in Mean Girls? Is that the one? Don't know. Hold on. This is important. Mean Girls, I'm so smart, so handsome. That's the underrated movie. I'd say a modern day classic. Put it up there with the Criterion Collection. Do it. It's at least as culturally relevant as half of the movies on that list, in my opinion. Also, what is the Criterion Collection exactly? I've always heard about it. But like, what is the Criterion? And how do you get on the collection? How often does the list update? How many Criterion Collection movies are there? And then there's no answer. Okay. Okay. All of their criteria... well, how do you get on the Criterion Collection? How to get a job at Criterion Collection? What the hell, dude? The more I look this up, the less I understand. What the heck is the Criterion Collection? Now, what are you? What are you, I ask you? Our mission. Publishing important classic and contemporary films that offer the highest technical quality, blah, 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 blah. So it's just a bunch of people that... It's literally just like a whole business built around essentially a Spotify playlist of movies. They just pick movies that they like, and they put them here. And they get paid to do that. I'm assuming they get like some kind of back end off of the sales from this website. That's so stupid. How do you get a job at Criterion Collection? I'm curious now, because I want to see how much of an actual sham this is. Probably just two dudes in an office. Cis white ones, no less. The last thing we need is more cis white dudes talking about movies. There's so many of those. Myself included, I've been known to do that on this stream. But at least I ain't monetizing it. Might be even wider. Just this here. Yeah, I didn't realize the Criterion Collection was so arbitrary. Now that I know that, it's like, what's even the point of maintaining it? That's stupid. Just a couple of randos defining culturally significant films in the most vaguely specified way I've ever seen anything be described. I summed it up there in that sentence alone. And then occasionally they just come out and it's just like, well, it's the hardest part is probably the upscaling into 4K and Blu-ray and stuff like that, but like there's AI upscaling now for movies. Has been for a while, so that's probably not even a hard part of their job anymore. If that was even a thing they did before. I feel like it's just another one of those money laundering ploys. I'm not sure how the rich people would use that one to launder money, but they probably have. I'm really kind of going loose with this dude's facial hair right now. Usually I'd bring up the reference sheet and just kind of go with it from there, but today I'm feeling like it's working out fine so far. I don't need to bring in outward influence, which is to say my own influence, and increase the consistency, I suppose. Face needs to be a bit longer though, so we will just simply move this on down until he looks like himself again. Yeah, screw it. Let's open up the face reference sheet. I'm not doing anything better there now. Just scope it out. What did I do? It looks like it was pretty, straight, actually. When I was doing it this way, so, you know, things can change over time. This'll just have to be one of them. I can make it look semi-consistent, at least. Lord, sounds like this floor is gonna fall out, but I assure you it is just the chair. So, you know, the risk of collapse is still real, but it's just the chair. You upgrade one thing and 3 other things need to be upgraded. This freaking PC's better, but now the chair is gonna fall apart, and I've been getting yelled at about my desk for about the better part of a year now, I think. Cannot break my spirit. I am a warhorse. I will go until I am killed. I don't know why I closed the face reference I was using. It's got like round, although in this one I specifically, it's like way more pointed. I'm like, I'll have to go back and fix that. I don't know why it's so pointy here. She's supposed to have a rounder face. Rounder features in general. I did that to avoid same face syndrome. I like to do that. People say same face syndrome isn't really a problem. I disagree. I think it can become a problem. Especially if you're learning, which we all are as artists, let's be real, but I mean in a less pretentious sense if you're more of a beginner or intermediate artist such as myself. It's important to keep things in mind. Like the different ways that you can go about designing facial features so you don't get caught in a rut and start designing symbols for faces prematurely. For facial features, like the nose, it's so easy to just, boom, this is how I draw noses now, that's the anime nose. Or like, boom, this is the mouth shape. This is the eye shape, and then this is just how you draw that for all characters. I've drawn a freaking Kill la Kill character, that's what I've done. But it's so easy to fall into that routine if you don't, if you don't try at least to exercise some kind of variety. That's my belief, and I'm sticking to it. Wait, how's her hair work at this angle? It kind of doesn't, but I guess I could just kind of merge the back and the front design. She's kind of got the hair swoopies going in from here. I always forget this song's in here, and it's so cool. Such a weird, it's so unique for a Zelda song. Although it does, and I do remember why I don't, like, it does remind me a little bit of the melody for Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time. So I guess that's probably why. I could never think of it without thinking of that. Specifically that background instrument. The main melody's fine, that little thing in the background is messing me up. I remember why I repressed that. I remember why I forgot, basically. What a funny little sentence. What a delightful language. I wonder if I play that version of Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time, but it's just the lyric, "The moon is right," pitch shifted for the entire song to replace all the lyrics. I wonder if that would still get copyright ID'd. I'm willing to bet, like, for sure, because it's Paul McCartney. And I'm pretty sure the record labels that Paul McCartney works with are probably some of the most litigious around, you know. They've been around since the classic rock days. They are most assuredly not going to let you have any fun. They are businessmen, first and foremost. Worse than the mafia, in terms of keeping stuff that you're not supposed to have away from you. And I think they both would send hitmen after me if I stepped out of line. Universal Music Group and just the mob, as it were. I mean, companies are doing it. Wizards of the Coast sent the Pinkertons after that one guy. That's pretty fun. It's pretty cool. They just did that, and we still buy products from them. Instead of just pirating everything they got. That can be pirated. I know Magic cards can't really be pirated, but, you know, we could, like, print them out on printer paper and just play them, have them play them on our own terms, you know. It's no fun playing Wizards of the Coast stuff officially anymore anyway. They ban half of every card set that they make on a competitive level, so it's like, what are we even doing here? It's like the same thing that happens with Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, any trading card game. Why are you going to make all these cool cards if on a competitive level you're just going to ban them anyway? It's like, did you just not think about it before you released it? I know you can't really do like a balance patch for cards, so that's probably why the ban lists happen, but like not even a little bit of forethought into these cards? Like you thought the card that said draw half of your deck and then pick out your favorite card, put it in your hand, and then put the rest back in any order you like was gonna... You think that one wouldn't have been like it needed a nerf or two? Like, how are you just gonna put that out there? I don't know if that's a real Magic card, but it sounds like something they would do. Especially in Magic, where turns can last 40 years if someone gets a good flow going. Then you just have to sit there and watch them. Tap their energy supplies, rotate cards to different positions to indicate new effects transpiring. Summon cards from the graveyard, activate new effects from that. When you summon a card from the graveyard, reactivate some of your energy so you can tap them again. Summon an even larger creature. Magic's a fun game, though. Contrary to what it sounds like, I like the Magic the Gathering. I just don't like Wizards of the Coast. Frick those guys. I thought it would be so cool. That's like, it used to be one of those artist dream jobs that I would think about. Is getting some of your art featured on Wizards of the Coast cards. Like, I believe it's Wiley Becker is her name. She got featured on Magic cards, and I was actually hyped because I'd followed her before that. I was like, oh, she's actually getting the cards. She's getting the deal. And the cards she did look dope, so, you know, just a whole pleasant experience to follow all the way through. I'm glad I was there for that, but now I get to think about it. And I'm just like, man, I don't even know if I would be psyched out of my mind. I would probably be still excited, but psyched out of my mind? I don't know. Don't meet your heroes, and also don't read articles about your favorite companies if you want to keep that childlike innocence and ignorance in your heart and mind. Oh, I love Nintendo. What's the worst they've ever done? They made all my favorite childhood video games. What about that time when they condemned a man to jail forever? Like a life sentence. And that was recent or something like that. For like hacking into their hacking something. I don't know if it was worth what they did. Hold on. I gotta see what this was again. Gary Bowser. His name was Bowser, I forgot.
who was indicted in 2020 and sentenced in 2021 to 40 months in prison for being part of a hacking ring known as Team Executor. Whoops. Team Executor. Multiple years in prison and a 4. Yeah, that was the months in prison wasn't the worst part. It was the $4.5 million fine and an additional $10 million fine. They put him in debt for life. That's what they did. Yeah. So yeah, what's the worst Nintendo's ever done? They put a man in debt and basically servitude for the rest of his life, and he'll never be able to get rid of that, basically. You know how hard it is to make $1 million, let alone $14.5 million in a lifetime? It's very hard. Some would say impossible for 99.999% of the population. So the fact that Nintendo just slapped him with indentured servitude, and we're all like, yeah, that's acceptable in our civilized society. You multi-billion-dollar corporation. Oh my god. Makes me sick. I don't even care what he did. I don't even care what he did. It's fine. You know what? It probably wasn't worth that. As long as he wasn't, like, leaking personal information like those people that hacked into Sony or something. Or was it Capcom? I don't know. It's one of those bigger companies in the gaming space. This needs to be a little narrower. Whoops. Don't do whatever that was ever again, please. Well, that's just not gonna work. Garo, welcome in. How you going, mate? Thanks for the raid. I wish I knew how to shout stuff out. Hold on, let me try. Let me try one thing. Can I just do it from here? I can't do it from there, but I'm just gonna try the command, see if I remember. But you... Is that one? Is that anything? It's not anything, is it? Is it a slash? Hold on. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, hold on, I figured it out. Yeah, thank you, I got it. There you go. I'm so smart. My genius is unparalleled. Thanks for stopping in. What were you doing today? I know you have a lot of variety for this month. So I have given up on trying to guess whenever your streams go live. What was it today? So smart. I'm a genius. My genius is showing, and I should really deal with that, because I don't think that's allowed on Twitch. I'm doing the same old, same old.
As you could probably tell. There was crowd control Stardew Valley spoopy modded. Ew. You know, pretty soon you won't even have to mod that kind of game for spooky content. Because there's that Chocolatier game coming out. I don't know, I said coming out, but I don't know when the developer of Stardew Valley is working on how long he's working on that, when the release window is. But that like haunted chocolatier, is it haunted chocolatier? It's gotta be, right? That's why I'm remembering ghosts. Haunted chocolatier. Yeah, that you won't even have to mod that one for Spooky Month when that comes out. You can just dive right in. It's haunted. Whatever he plans on releasing that, he's currently working on the new Star. He's still working on Started? Man, it's crazy. It's like the Dwarf Fortress guys. They will just never stop. Or Dwarf Fortress guy? I don't know how many people are working on Dwarf Fortress. Updating with new content again. What a maniac. How does he do that? I wish I had the commitment to release one project, let alone content continuously for that project over the course of years. I do wonder if I'll ever do gaming streams again, outside of whatever happens on collab days. Whenever those happen. I'll admit, my schedule has been pretty annoying recently. New festivals, lines of dialogue, and endgame content items crafting, etc. Nice. I imagine at some point he'll add so many lines of dialogue that it'll just feel like real human beings that you're talking to. Maybe that's the goal? Yeah, you gonna collab with me for Spoopy Month? That's true, you did send the invites. I can. Also, I gotta get you those receipts still. Sorry, it's been really hectic over here. It may not seem like it because my streams are very mundane and muted in terms of activity, but in real life, I'm telling you, things are rough. When I'm not asleep, I'm usually doing other stuff that is occupying my attention. But yeah, I'll try to get stuff in. For sure. I haven't even been able to, like, script out the pages that are more dialogue intensive for this comic, simply because I'm just too freaking busy. It's all good as long as I get the receipts before tax time. Yeah, I figured that would have been the deadline. I was like, well, as long as it's not like the IRS man coming up to the doorstep, I shouldn't have to worry too much. I did figure that was around the deadline you would have been looking for this. Yeah, don't worry. I can definitely get it before then. I trust myself that much. So considering I probably got, like, what is it, half a year before that even happens? Roughly? I think I liked her face before, honestly. Can I just go back? Return to the other face. I think I liked this better? Do I? I'm gonna hop for now. I'm tired. I'll leave you on PC. No worries. Thank you for stopping in. Thanks for the raid yet again. Always appreciated. I don't think I'll be going for too much longer today. I think I'll probably call it in, like, at, like, the 2-hour mark. It's like an hour 48 right now. Since I started a bit late, I have to end a bit early. That's just how it is. But yeah, thank you for stopping. Always love sending people your way. I always love seeing people here. 1 or 1,000. I have not seen 1,000 people here. But if I did see 1,000 people here, I changed my mind. I would actually hate that, so never send 1,000 people here. If you ever find yourself in the situation where you can send 1,000 people here, don't do that. I would sooner die anyway. Have a good one. I really wish more game franchises had Zelda music, or Zelda-esque music. Because it's just like the perfect stream music. It's not too relaxing. There's always a little bit of an underlying melody that keeps things interesting. But it's also not too intensive. All these like idle themes, there's nothing like Zelda Town music, I'm telling you that. I don't know how they'd do it, but they'd find a good balance of everything. Final Fantasy music can be so varied, especially in its town themes, that I don't even know. Xenoblade music is another good one. I think the ambient music of Xenoblade, very good. Very good for streams as well. Why is she so large here? Hold on, I might need to adjust. I might need to exaggerate the perspective of this panel. Let's try that. Nope, that looks wrong and bad. And I hate it. What about? Nope, that ain't right. That boy ain't right either. Maybe if we that's the skew. Distorting, perhaps? No, that makes that happen. Let's break up all these layers again. Let's see if this hand being bigger would fix something. Just make the foreshortening more obvious. That might help. Maybe your head could just be the thing that's adjusted here. Let's see if that works. Whoops, I need apparently another hair layer here. Where are you? There you are. Yeah, that seems to have fixed most of my issues. With the panel, anyway. Jury's still out on the other ones. Now the shoulder seems too high. Now I can always just go back to this and make this adjust this a little bit more. Balance this out a bit more. Make the line of action more in line with what I want to accomplish here. Stinky hello, Swan. Welcome in. You've caught me at the tail end of this stream here. Although it is my fault for starting an hour later than usual. That's on me. I'll be real with you. I slept in. Me too. On accident, though. You probably do it on purpose, like some kind of normie. The hell is wrong with you? Deliberately closing your eyes for more than half a second could not be me. I passed out on accident. Who would want to spend more of their life unconscious? Think about that. How goes the progress? Honestly, I feel like I'm the slowest artist that's ever lived. I feel like Da Vinci could out-art me these days, and he's dead. So that just really goes to show you how much I'm feeling like I'm getting owned right now by my own speed, or lack thereof. No, I have that title? I don't know, man. I don't freaking know, dude. Da Vinci could release a comic faster than me in the current year. That's all I'm gonna say. So, I can't wait. You know what would be hilarious on a cosmic level is if I say that, And then tomorrow, like a news article comes out in art history where they uncover like a journal where he was like doing some proto-sequential art, like he would have drawn like a thing before and after. And then like they can count that as like the first comic ever made. That would be probably the funniest thing that could ever happen. I hope that happens tomorrow. I'll fight you for it? No. Because if you take this from me, then my cosmic retribution for being slow at art cannot transpire and be so poetic. I need this to happen. I want someone to find a lost journal of Da Vinci and then just completely use that to destroy my own self-esteem once again. Where's this man's hair? There you are. Swan, are you doing a stream on your birthday on the date of? Or is that just gonna be a day where you just kind of say, fuck you, I'm doing whatever I want for the rest of the day? Nobody talk to me. Hell no, that's what I thought. That's what I figured. Just wanted to make sure. I don't know when my birthday is for next year. I don't know what day it falls on. So I don't even know if I would. I probably wouldn't, because I still have to, like, go to work. And that would... Well, I probably do. I don't know. Maybe I have it on a Friday or a Wednesday. I don't know. What day is... I'm not going to tell you. I almost said the day out loud. I almost said March and then the day, and then you would have had your answer. And I wouldn't be getting that muscular waifu or whatever. Ah. Dang it. Yeah, I will say... It is in one of my days off, though, so I could stream on my birthday, if I really wanted to. F. So I've narrowed it down for you. You can pick one of the Wednesdays or Fridays in March 2024, and then just know that my birthday is on one of those. But no more specifics. Don't stream on your birthday, play games with me. I could do that. I could take one day off, I suppose, from doing this, basically. But then I'm going immediately back to it. Like, the moment you say, alright, I'm gonna turn in for today, or like, good games and all that, and then I'm just gonna be like, alright, time to sneak back into the gremlin zone. And shrimpify myself. What do they got? Antenna? No, they got like little whiskers over here. And they got a little tail there. They got little legs. I thought shrimp had antenna for a second, and now I'm just realizing what that would look like in real life, and that's a horrifying visage I would not wish to gaze upon. Return to shrimp. I was literally just doing it as I said that, and I didn't correct it until just now. I don't know if you heard it, but it would have sounded like a stack of Legos falling over as I just cracked my spine right there. Alright. See, this is me trying to be like, I want to stream today on my birthday, and this is you being like, no, you mustn't. Stop that right now. Cease. But what if I do it anyway? That's also the dialogue for this panel, by the way. Sorry for the spoilers. That's exactly what they do in this panel. You mustn't. Have you heard, just saying that in a deep voice reminded me, have you heard the English dub Kiryu voice, the new one, for the new Like a Dragon game? Because I have, and I have thoughts and opinions about that. I have certain things that I think about it. 'Tis the day of thine birth. You know not what you must do. No, I haven't. It is done by Yong Yeah, who is a video game journalist, and I say that with a lot of generosity because basically what he does is his career on YouTube is looking at Reddit posts and reading them out loud, and maybe some other websites, articles, and then just basically lambasting the video game community. Oh my god, really? Yeah, pretty much it's him. He got the role of English Kiryu. I've heard his voice. You know what's funny? Is I don't think he works for the current Kiryu, but I think he could have been, people are pointing this out, he could have been great for the earlier Kiryu, like the younger one for sure. But, like the older Kiryu English dub voice actor would have worked great for the current Kiryu, but he was cast for the earlier Kiryus. Like if we could just do a timeline swap, it would have been perfect. But now Yong Yeah sounds too young for old Kiryu, and the other guy sounded too old for young Kiryu. It's weird. Is he a voice actor? He is. He's been for a bit now. I don't remember when he started. I remember him announcing his, or releasing his voice reel on YouTube back when I still followed him. I don't do it anymore because mainly, once you see a guy look at Reddit posts about how angry everyone is at the video game industry, you've seen every video about that in that format. I really didn't need to keep doing it. What is happening? I don't know. I think they just miscast. We just need a timeline swap is all I'm saying. It's just very simple in practice. We need a Nomura-esque timeline swap. Where Yong Yeah was born, like, 20 years ago. Anyway, what time is it? Oh yeah, I have to like stop streaming soon because I'm a stupid idiot and I sleep. And I don't want to, but I do. Let the current voice actor keep doing it. I don't think he. They did replace him, but yeah, they could have just kept him. He sounds old and Kiryu's old. Easy, yeah, exactly. They could have done it. But no, they got Yong in there, so you know, some people are excited about that. I personally am indifferent. I don't really know. I saw like one clip that compared the two, and I was like, it just sounds like a... Here's what I'll say about Yong Yeah. He's very good at doing the Western voice acting angle for, you know, as derogatory or as complimentary as you want to take that. Like, he sounds like very much like a dub voice actor. Not in like... That makes it sound way too insulting, but it's like, there is a certain sensibility that people tend to have that casting directors look for. When you're a person dubbing over like a translated piece of media, and he has that sort of knack for it. I don't personally like it, but I think he does have that, so it makes sense that he's cast for it. He's got that dub voice actor kind of, I don't want to call it, I'm just going to call it like an odor. No, I'm not going to call it that. He has that sort of, it's just like it's just a quality that you notice. I'm sure if he was voice acting for like a Western studio, it would sound more in line with what I would expect. But it's definitely the case of like a localization team directing him in a certain way. I think I know what you mean, there's a certain quality. Yeah, it's just like when you get a person from the West to dub over something that's definitely, like, particularly with Japanese video game studios, you see it all the time in anime for sure. Anime is the worst of the two, to be fair. Which is why there's such a stigma against dubs. They are the reason. The casting directors and basically the voice direction for anime in general has been notoriously trash in the West, and we all know this. So that's a thing I'm comfortable saying, but I still don't think even the video games industry is fully free of that when it comes to Western direction. In terms of dubbing over foreign games. I would like to say that someday we will move past that. It's been done. There are certain studios that have really nailed it, like the studio that did the voice acting for Xenoblade Chronicles 1, and for the most part 2 and 3 are alright, but Xenoblade Chronicles 1 voice acting nailed it, knocked it out of the park. Every performance was great. The studio that did Kid Icarus Uprising, crazy. Every performance in that game, I will say forever, nailed it. Not a single bad performance. I don't know how they fight, like occasionally that'll just happen. What's another example? Ooh, Catherine. Featuring Troy Baker before everyone thought he was cringe. That's a good game for voice acting. Love it. That's an anime video game. That's like the worst of both worlds, and yet the voice acting for that game is great. In Japanese and in English. Cowboy Bebop? Better dub than the original. Catherine was great. Catherine is great. In every... I think the gameplay is cool, the story is cool, the music is cool, the art style is cool. That's just a good game. And Troy Baker is cringe. Make no mistake, he is now cringe. He, like, defended NFTs, so, you know, ew. And also, he's like a weirdo when it comes to his position in the voice acting industry. It's like, I get he's got to make those bags and that money, but, like, come on, dude. You don't gotta be the high and mighty guy about all this stuff. Give other people a chance. Him and Nolan North need to just get out of here. Stop. Stop taking all the roles. I know they're doing it still. But yeah, if you want, like, he's admitted to having an ego. I don't even think he needed to, but you know what? It's, I guess, self-awareness. No, you know what? Self-awareness is can only get you so far. Now you do have, you have said you were going to play. This isn't an Eastern dub to a Western studio kind of thing. But if you want good voice acting performances, good acting in general, because they did the mocap for their characters as well. I know you said you wanted to play God of War on stream, and the voice acting for all of those games is pretty good, but especially the more recent ones. They really went all out on making it basically a movie in terms of the performances there. And it's freaking great. Christopher Judge, Kratos voice, very nice. Boy. Atreus, he's got, you know, for a kid actor, freaking pretty good, pretty great. Actually not insufferable in the least. Which is always a testament to kid acting. It's either horrendous or pretty good. And he falls into the pretty good camp. And then he even acted well as a teenager as well, so that's nice. I'm going to play from the beginning so I can get context for the newer games. That's a good way to do it. You could even be... you could even play the games on PSP as well, or emulate them. I don't know, whatever you want to do. I do recommend playing them at some point, though, even if you don't stream those, depending on how into the games you get. But like, I think, what is it? There's like one where he, I think it's Ghost of Sparta. Yeah, Ghost of Sparta is a dope game. That's a PSP version. Or not a version, but just a PSP game. They made so many spin-offs just for the PSP. There's at least 2, maybe 3 of them. And it's pretty short, too. The earlier God of War games, they're not more than like 6 to 10 hours, depending on what you do. Which difficulty you're picking and all that. I will say, I have to warn you, because if I don't and you get there, it'll be so rude. When you get to the end of God of War 1, just know that you feeling absolute hatred for things around you is normal. That's a natural feeling for the ending of God of War on the PS2. If you feel like you want to destroy everything in your house, that's completely understandable. And I won't judge you for it. If you, like, kick your microphone or something off of your desk. Heck, it's just... The game is like a 8 to 9 out of 10, in my opinion. Right up until the very end, and it becomes like a 3. It's like borderline unplayable, is how bad it gets. For like just 15 minutes. Or what should be like a 15-minute long segment. It gets so broken and difficult, it's like, oh my god, why did they do that? But yeah, just be prepared for... Sorry, a spider fell on my phone. I slapped him away. It scared the shit out of me. Okay, anyway, I'll become the God of War. Yeah, I'll become a freaking ghost. I'll become the Ghost of Sparta if another spider lands on my phone like that. Jesus Christ. Don't do... The ghost of Spider, more like it. Surprise, frick those dudes. I mean, I can't kill them because they're good for the house. You know? If I kill him, then there's probably going to be a housefly in here at some point. I'll be like, well, I know where he came from. I killed the thing that was going to eat him. So that's on me, I suppose. The itsy bitsy spider? Well, he's definitely not in his freaking water spout. What the hell is he doing in here? Get him out. Get him out of here. I'm glad you don't kill them. I also don't kill them. I mean, as long as it's not like a brown recluse walking around, then that's fine. If I identify it as a poisonous spider, it's on sight. It is on sight. But if it's just like a little daddy long legs, whatever, I'll flick him and then he'll go off and do his own thing. I don't think we get black widows here in New York. At least where I'm at. Let me hold on. Let me make sure I know what I'm talking about. Oh, very prevalent in New York. Oh, sick, dude. Awesome. Very cool. Nice. Very awesome. Good. Cool. Great. Sick. Dope. Nice. Very good. Love that. For New York, very nice. Anyway, I wish I didn't know that. Check your shoes. It says they're very rare in New York, but they do exist. The brown recluse is the common one. Wait, hold on. It's not. They do not occur in New York? Oh, so I was conflating them. The black widow is here. The brown recluse is not here. Okay, understood. I guess I knew one of them was here, I just didn't know which one. I guess a black widow is more identifiable, so I should be happier about that? I don't know. That's not great. Wait, hold on now. There's other articles. There are 2 dangerous spiders that can be found on occasion in New York. The black widow and the brown recluse. Alright, so they do exist here. Both of them. Not just one, but 2 of them. These spiders oftentimes take rides in or on shipping boxes from other states. That makes sense. A bite from a black widow is venomous and can be fatal to small children or the elderly, or to Zotans who weigh like $130 on a good month. Ooh. I just saw something that's the biggest spider in New York State. It's called the dark fishing spider. I didn't need to see that. Zotans too, huh? Yeah, they wrote. Who wrote this? Zotan.twitch.tv. Why is there a dot before Twitch? That's a fake website. $130. I said that's the. Didn't I tell you that's like the most I ever weighed was like $135? I'm pretty sure I've made this information publicly available to you specifically as well. You better weigh more than that? Nope. I've told you this before. I'm upset. You literally do not have to be upset. I've told you Zotan was a very accurate little guy with his little hairs here and then his little misshapen body. This is just what I am, alright? You have to accept this. He's just a little gnome creature. I'm gonna push you in your shit. Why would you do that, then? I'm gonna sue you for assault, aggravated assault with a weapon. You might be saying, but I don't have a weapon, and I'll say, oh, but what about those pythons, you Yari? Since I do know that you're like 220 pounds of pure muscle, and you can't tell me otherwise. Everybody who talks about meeting you at a con, they're like, Swan is 8 foot tall. She threw me across the room, and then she threw my money back at me, and then threw a couple of pins at me for my troubles. I had to run away to maintain my own life. The weapon is me, I know. I'm 2 bucks. 2 of them? That's way too many bucks for one person to be. From a guy who's only one of them. Inflation is crazy, and that phrase has like 18 different meanings considering the dialogue we've built up, so I think I'm gonna have to end the stream on that note. Let me just save all my stuff. Alright.
Oh, yo.
Hiya. Thank you, Gero and Swan, for stopping by, and Raiders, if any of you hung around for even a second. You're getting this thank you, whether you like it or not. Tomorrow, yep, doing stuff. Gonna be streaming again. Thank you for stream. Yeah, whatever. Don't even... Then don't come back. That's me slamming a door. And then me opening the door. And then I'm putting the sign back out that says gone fishing. And then I'm slamming the door again. I'll be back, though. That's what that sign means. Tomorrow. Don't get blown away by the wind. Don't get freaking arrested for carrying giant weapons out without even concealed carry. Like, consider sleeves, why don't you? Long sleeve shirts. Over here trying to punch people down just for getting in your way. Anyway, I will be ending stream now, for sure. Any second now, and when I do, it'll sound a little something like this. Is how it will sound when I end stream right now. Bye-bye.